The Wild Wild West.
Hey, welcome to the motherfucking Patreon.
We're officially at war.
Yes, we're at war. I think we're at war. I think we're at war.
Oh, we are at war. It's
We are at war.
It is crazy to jump from the pod to the Patreon and be like, now we're at war.
And now we're on the other side of being at war.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's you know, it happens. Been happening since the beginning of time. I'm not gonna get all worked up about it.
Let's look forward to the new Iran after America's victory. You know, they're going to have
They're gonna
bikinis
see
in
us as
Tehran again.
liberators.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's they want us to
Invest
do
in a
this.
waxing business in Iran now.
You don't get a lot of people who are war neutral. A lot of anti-war, pro-war. I might
Yeah.
be war neutral. It's like, yeah, fine.
Not a lot
whatever.
of chillers in this. In the
Not a lot of chillers. I'm more of a chiller. I'm like, yeah, I mean, fucking, I hope they figure it out.
It
But
is
like,
what
I'm
it
not
is,
gonna get all
yeah.
dragged down about it.
Iran's Twitter's pretty lit.
What are
is
they
it
up to?
actually their Twitter? Because I've been seeing those posts.
Is that not real? Is that not them?
That's not them posting videos of missiles. And
And it's like
saying,
round
"We have
3
a-
start.
We have a
And it is
special
a video of
surprise for
missiles.
tonight.
Oh man,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that if a world ends after one of those like trying to be funny government
Like Twitter
Twitter accounts,
yeah.
I'll be pretty peeved about that.
There was like a post and it was like it was the Star of David on the Israeli flag, and then it just morphed into a coffin. And it was like, "We'll see you tonight." It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's,
Who's in charge of
pretty
the
lit.
Iran military? There's an Iran military Twitter account.
yeah. The fucking,
So they're fake. Gardini, you're saying they're fake? Oh, he's gone.
no way. The minister
know,
of
dude.
popping off is running the Iranian Twitter account, and it rocks.
Yeah, I think that's the real thing. I don't think they're
They're winning the social media war for sure.
are they right now?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that sucks. We got to step up our tweets right now. If I was in the war room, I'd be like, guys,
They're crushing us.
Nuclear weapons is great, but what's
They're
getting
around the
poked.
big desk like guys. We're getting
fuck
fucking
trigger
blown
fingers?
out.
What about Twitter fingers? All right.
true. Like, guys, it's not looking good. We're getting pwned in the cybersphere.
Guys, we need to enlist every racist 14-year-old in the country right now.
Guys, call up 4chan. We need their help.
Dang,
At
so
Grok, are we slaying?
Grok, is this true?
yeah, that stinks. Yeah, I mean, you would think people have learned, but I guess maybe here's the thing: people starting wars are probably like, "Man, you guys have no idea. We have to do this. Like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. We have to go bomb Iran. We don't want to do it."
It does sound pretty important.
It's just I feel like since I've been alive, that's just been always like a thing. Like every now and then, like let's do something with Iraq or Iran. You know.
Yeah, look, I wasn't there, but from my perspective, the Iraq War was pretty chill. I've heard hundreds of thousands of people died.
Yeah.
That's what they
From
say.
thousands of miles away, it seems super chill.
It was pretty chill. I mean, again, horrible stuff, but you know.
Well, they
again,
got a comedy club now.
Well, now
Iraq is a comedy club.
Yeah, in Kurdistan, up in the north, there is a comedy club. I've been looking that up. The Facebook page was running until about 3 years ago, so I don't know if they're still going. They never set up ta-ta.
Are you
but
serious? At a comedy club?
Yeah, I
in
was looking
Kurdistan?
at my podcast listeners, and there was like one guy in Iraq. So I looked up his town, and they have a club. So I
Sharia,
was thinking
Sharia laughs.
that would be a good. The haram haha.
Damn.
I was happy with haram haha.
You could also go ha ha haram.
Ha ha haram. Yeah, that's a pretty
Bomb
good.
shelter. Sorry.
Oh,
That
ha
was-
ha halal.
Okay.
Halal.
Okay.
How
Like
about
halal?
and then when you walk in, it's just the bomb vestibule.
Sorry, say that again.
The bomb vestibule.
You can get to the Middle East in like 20 hours on commercial.
Aisha, haha.
I would hate to
yeah.
be here's to be honest. Ethnically, I would out of all the stereotypes, I'd hate to be a bomb guy. Getting made fun of for bombs
Yeah.
sucks. Like, oh, you're gonna blow the building up.
Well, as an Irish, you've missed that by 15 years.
Yeah,
Now it's just a fun drink
Drunk.
that you can get at a bar.
yeah, true. yeah. Yeah, true. We were bomb guys for a while. I forgot about that.
Yeah, your dad should have got bomb guy stuff. Is your dad Irish?
Yeah, but they were still. My dad also denies it. My dad's like, I'm not fucking Irish. Claims
What's it
Irish.
different? Isn't it like northern? Isn't like a different like there's Ireland like Northern Ireland? Wasn't
Yeah.
like Northern Ireland the guys?
My
there, too?
family's all dirty south,
Okay, for sure.
down in Munster Way, Cork, Killarney.
Yeah.
True renegades. We're down south, honestly.
Or Cork?
We might be Cork.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know why. I don't know
All
why.
fled at the same time in the 30s.
Yep. Yeah, literally.
Not sure what was going
I
on.
don't know where in Ireland. I got some Irish roots myself. Egan, Irish
Yeah.
roots. I don't know where
Yeah.
at though.
There's an
Probably
Irish
made.
guy from the south whose name's Ronnie who says he heard my last name and he was like, Oh yes, you've got that northern. You got the psychopath eyes of the northerner. Apparently down south they have soft,
The
loving,
inhuman
tender,
eyes of the northern.
tender dancing eyes down south. But
I
up
can see
north we
that.
get weird,
Yeah, sounds about
flinty,
right.
killing eyes.
Nah, man, we're the poets down south. We're like the renegade kind of poet types.
The beautiful rolling hills,
True,
and we're killing the English.
dude.
Well,
I'm pretty excited. I have unlisted the book that I self-published from Amazon.
No.
Well, I'm reworking it.
Oh, nice.
So I'm completely reworking it. That's all I've been doing pretty much night and day for the last like 3-4
Doing a
months.
director's cut of her book.
Second edition.
Nice.
Doing a second. I should just do it with the same book with
Revisited.
commentary. Yeah, it's like in this scene, what I was really going for.
I had to go back and add all the new iPhone features in it to make it current.
I'm close. I'm almost done going through it, dude. It's a multi POV romp. It's got something. It's like a literary crime novel with a noir spine. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
What are some of the stuff that you're like on the second go around, like you're removing or
Cutting
adding?
all the flowery, unnecessary language.
Yeah.
Going really Elmore Leonard. Just kind of just fucking diamond sharp,
Sick.
razor sharp prose. Just no unnecessary words. Need the dialogue.
Cutting all the
tight.
fat.
Trimming the fat big
Yeah.
time. Just trying to do a lot with a little. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Are you worried about having to sell the new edition in a post-apocalyptic wasteland?
Not at all.
No.
No, I
You
just,
send it
That's when
to the-
literature thrives.
Yeah.
and I'll just
war
be
poets?
happy to finish.
Do you have distribution for the underground cities, or are you going to do
You
just
know, and people might be trying
topside
to
mutants only?
people might be trying to get their hands on the original version after version 2 pops. That'll
I
be
hope
like a
not.
hidden thing
I
they're
hope
trying
not.
to
I'm going through and
search
editing it pretty
I want to
heavily.
be
and I'm like,
reminded of a simpler time.
like underground
Yeah.
market for the first edition.
there's but I'm excited. I'm almost done. I have like a couple more months and I should have it totally. It's the same, similar. It's it's kind of the same story. I've just beefed up some elements and man, I can't wait till it's done.
That's sick.
It's all I've been doing. Just
Do you have a
not yet.
publisher?
Not
Or are you
yet.
going to self-publish the second edition?
I'm going to try to publish it, try to get it published. But if not, I have no fear of self-publishing. at all.
I've been running up against trying to get a publisher for my
You,
poems.
you need a literary agent.
I'm told as a white heterosexual man, you need to sell like 5,000 copies a year. If you're a disabled black lady, it's they can find a road for you.
Really?
But, yes.
Who told you that?
A literary agent. They said we'll touch you when you get to 5,000 a year.
You have to sell 5,000 books of poetry a year.
Yes, which I don't think any poet has done ever.
From the beginning of time?
I don't think Walt
I don't
Whitman
think
was
poets
selling
sell
that many poems.
You should hit up McGraw-Hill and see if you can just get it into a textbook or something like that.
I want to be in the schools. That's how you really start to, as a writer.
In the schools,
Once your
yeah.
book gets given to the
If you
schools.
targeted YA, I think you might have a
Oh
path
yeah, it's
forward
just started to do young adult fiction novels and stuff.
That's a good idea. Shel Silverstein.
dystopian
Put
teen
vampires
fiction.
in there. Yeah, dystopia. That's a big thing for them.
Dude, I've thought about it. Shel
this is-
Silverstein. Go sell Shel Silverstein, or just write just start bombing pilots for like YA kind of like high school dramas.
In a world where everyone's shoes are a size too small, one man has the courage to swap shoes.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
listening.
No, you got to write about like high schoolers
Yep.
making out and betraying each other.
And having
they're-
like secret powers and shit. That's
Well,
also
yes,
a big thing.
Their
You need
feet are
secret
growing
powers.
too fast in the school.
The what?
I don't know why I'm going with that as my sci-fi thing. Is everyone's got the wrong size shoes?
Ooh, mismatch. They wake up and everyone has everyone else's shoes on.
Yes, and they know comfort for the first time. Yes, maybe it's they take the shoes off to go swimming in the swimming hole at the school. Come back
They
and accidentally
notice
put
each
the wrong
other's
shoes
bodies
on,
for
and
the
they-
first time.
Yes,
We're in the
best.
stew right now. We're cooking up in the stew.
Hold up. Yeah. What if
This
they're
isn't
so
bad.
rather than a Freaky Friday life switch, they are themselves, but they have different shoes on. Then all the stuff happens to them that would have happened to the other person.
in
Oh my
another
God.
man's
Dude,
shoes.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Bro.
walk a mile.
Walk a mile's the name for
Walk
it,
a mile
for
would
sure.
be nice.
Damn.
Hold on.
Hey,
Get a
come on.
literary agent on the telephone.
You really could if you put your mind to it. You can dominate YA and YA.
You
is
gotta
like-
love the sequel
It's
that
pretty
I've got brewing
formulaic.
up.
I feel
What
like.
you got brewing up?
Gloves.
Whoa.
That's number two. That's number two in the franchise.
In the Walk a Mile trilogy.
Then, as
Now
they get
what's-
a little older and it becomes
Hats.
more sexual, no, underpants. Underpants is that's the gritty.
I already
dark.
have Captain
Oh my
Underpants. You can't get into underpants.
It's been done.
Yeah.
It's just bras, just girls with their bras.
this is a problem with YA though, because you have these like crazy steamy scenes, and you go, God damn it, they're high schoolers. So
You gotta cut away at the
yeah,
important moment.
You have to keep taking breaks to jack off.
There is I remember a John Green YA novel. There is a description of a child giving another child a blowjob.
Yeah.
That is Quite graphic.
Really?
Yeah.
I read a YA novel, but they must have been like college age then, because it was like part of
It
it
was
was
pretty
like
hot.
they had pretty no, it was trying hard to be. They had like very graphic sex scenes in it, but like it was taking place in a fantasy world with dragons and stuff, but they were using like current day modern language to describe like. It's like talking about like her
Reverse
throbbing
cow.
cunt and shit. Ew, gross, dude. It's like a book about dragons, and this girl's like talking about having sex with it. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
They get
It's
a
called like it's
condom
like
in the medieval
it's like a big
period.
series, and it's the worst. Why I do read YA actually quite a bit. It's like the worst. It's the worst piece of shit I've ever read. It's
You are
like
like Gandhi.
something. Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing. It's like this big series of dragon stuff, and like
Really?
they just like
They said
insert.
throbbing cunt.
Yeah, throb. I remember distinctly
It must be
throbbing.
British.
Throb?
Brother, if you know what you're
I
doing.
know they swell.
Well,
I'm gonna check for a pulse next time. I've never checked for a pulse.
Yeah.
Bulbous vulva was radiating.
Oh, the Volby?
I'm gonna do YA, but all the women have the fattest pussies. And it was like a mound, a big fat pussy. Everything else is written almost borderline.
There'd be a beautiful romance novel
Yeah.
where the girl has the guy's 200 pages. They finally get to it. He goes, she's got a hideous pussy.
Big as fuck.
And he walks out.
No, he's
The
into it.
end.
He loves it.
He wants a little put
He's
in the
the
panties.
first-
He's the
dude.
one man that likes it.
He's the one.
At the start of The Godfather, the book The Godfather, there's a weird scene where a woman with a huge
Yeah,
a
that's
woman has a
right.
huge pussy, and
She's for the guy.
the guy has a huge cock.
Yeah.
And it's like his wife was so relieved
This
when he
is The
started cheating on
Godfather?
her because he just hurts everyone. I think it's the brother.
It's Godfather. It's the brother.
Yeah.
Has a giant dick. It's a guy who like sneaks away and fucks a lady at like the wedding. He has like a little.
I think I must have repressed that part of the movie. I don't
No,
know.
no,
Yeah.
it's only in the novel. It's only
No,
Oh,
in the,
oh, I
the
didn't-
book, yeah, her brother has a humongous, or his brother has a huge dick, and he finally finds a lady with a giant pussy, and he's so
Oh, to
happy.
fit his.
Just
Yeah.
right.
That's why it's so sad when they massacre his boy. You massacred my boy and his huge horse cock.
Yeah.
Michael's penis is
Oh,
so
he finally
small.
he finally Goldilocks into like the right size pussy.
This apparently this
Yeah,
lady's
it
pussy
is.
was
She's like
huge.
she'd always been too big for a man, and
Yep.
finally there was a penis to match her huge pussy.
It's a classic Italian love story. It goes back to antiquity. And then your grandmother had a bigger, fatter pussy, and a bigger grandmother found a bigger dick.
America is a big pussy, waiting for the immigrant to come with his big penis. It's a metaphor for the 50s.
Here's my thing. Immigrants is a hot topic right now. I love immigrants. I do. I want
Yeah.
to go on record and say I love immigrants. I just wish they'd stop raping everybody. But I love them.
I'm doing my best.
That is funny. Yeah.
It's hard to be walking around with your beautiful American women and all their uncovered flesh.
That's really big in the I guess the UK and Ireland right now with all the grooming gangs.
Yeah.
And then the what about is just like, but what about all rapes from the white people that are happening? It's just like, we'll get to that.
It's the gangs we got to figure out first.
let's deal with the the overtime first, and then we'll get into the base salary.
That is
from
the
them
right
white
picking the
people.
rally that's the hardest one to protest against. Because they go, we don't like people getting stabbed and we don't like rape gangs. And then the left has to come out and counter-protest
Well,
and anti-rape
yeah, well.
protest.
I mean, here's the thing. If you get caught raping and you're you should get kicked out of America too. If you're American, all right, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah,
But
go wherever you want.
I do love Mexican bros. I can't lie. I think they're so sick, dude. Our windows got smashed in a storm, and we had to get like we got to get like all four of the front ones replaced from insurance. But we have this like gazebo kind of thing. It's just like I don't know, pergola maybe. It's just like 4 posts and then some boards over top. Doesn't have like a real ceiling. And I was driving home with Brittany this morning, and I'm like, fuck, I wonder what they're gonna do with the ladder. How they're gonna change the window, pull back. The lads had built scaffolding on top, and also the pergola got damaged in the storm, so it's leaning. And the lads are on top of a leaning pergola on scaffolding built on top. I'm like, these guys fucking rule so hard. So I do love them.
I just bought a washer and dryer off of Facebook Marketplace from a nice Mexican fella named Candy.
What? His name was Candy?
His name was Candy.
He must have been
He's
tough.
sweet.
That's a tough guy's name.
Yeah, he was actually. He was real, salt of the earth type.
Yeah.
No nonsense. Just working and hauling fucking used appliances out of his garage.
That's awesome.
I said, Candy, nice to meet you, man. He had a presence to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I once had a neighbor
Sturdy
called
fella.
I had a neighbor called Cornbread.
Oh, nice.
Nicest, strongest, coolest guy. But cornbread. I said, "Is that your real name?" He goes, "Call me cornbread."
I used to know a
Lots of
comic who went
jewelry.
by cornbread.
Was he? What was that, Nate? Oh yeah.
He would have been.
Yes.
Damn, that was the name he went by.
But he
Cornbread.
chased other black people out of the neighborhood who were troubling us.
That's why you like them.
Like we had a guy who kept.
You were right behind him, like following an ambulance.
Echo, come back.
It was a very weird kind of. It's like you want one big spider in the house to get. Anyway.
Jesus,
Is that not okay?
no.
What I was saying is I loved having black neighbors. Because
Chasing other black neighbors.
when black homeless people would come, and that was
You
all
like
for
having
me, they
one.
had no trouble kicking them out of the.
Yeah, true.
I don't like the immigrants.
did he-
I like the black people who were here first.
You like them
That's
better.
who I'm going into bat for. That's
like-
my community.
So you like black people more better than immigrants?
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's nice. Yeah, that's a cool talk. I like that.
And
as a
may I
talk.
just say, when it seemed like there was going to be huge civil unrest on the streets in America, I thought, at least we, the whites and the black people, are on the same side here. It's the Hispanics over there threatening to
Wait, so
riot on the
okay.
streets. But I thought it would break my heart if the looting was.
Who was
color.
who was doing the looting
I
at
don't
the
think the Hispanic
immigration?
bros are
It
doing
didn't
this.
kick off, but it seemed like last Saturday
Was it,
something was
there's no
coming.
looting. It was just people getting like arrested at ICE.
Yeah, but it just threatened to be
No.
something for a moment.
The problem is though, when they finish protesting all the immigrants, the Hispanics and stuff, then they're gonna go back to just terrorizing the Asians, and it's like, oh, slow down, we're good.
We need another Rush Hour movie.
Well, there weren't really a lot of black people at the immigration protests, right? Or was it?
I didn't see any. I ran into the protest. They smashed up the front of the club, and then
What, the motherfucking ship?
someone threw a street cone at the neon sign in front of the club.
Fucking Joe fucking.
Yes, I believe that was what they were saying. And I came outside and said, the protest has gone that way. And I ran all the way down the
call him a
street.
fascist or
Tim's
whatever.
heard me say this before. I ran to go and catch up with the protest.
What? Who
And,
was it? Was it like mostly like lesbians?
I saw a lot of gross chicks kind of walking to and from the
A lot of masks on.
TBH.
A lot of masks. But younger people.
Really?
And, lots of low riders.
A lot of Mexican flags
yeah.
I saw.
But
Obviously.
I don't think I saw any black people at the protest. I don't think so.
It's called MYOB.
True. Not a lot
That's
of black
true.
people in
In
Austin.
different cities, it might have been different. There's
There's not a lot. There's truly not a lot at all. I looked up the stats when we were moving.
I was trying to find a black room to do
not a
comedy.
lot. No,
and
my
it
wife
doesn't
did.
exist
Yeah, I
yet.
scrolled past them too.
And then no one
like,
will
"Oh,
get
time to
behind my
move here."
idea.
My wife looked them up. And she was like, it's like, I think Austin's like maybe 7% black. It's pretty low.
Yeah.
I told my wife, I said, well, we did Philadelphia. Let's try it out. Let's just see what it's like. I don't care. I'm down for whatever. Let's see what it's like.
Oh, I got to drive through I haven't been to southern Chicago yet, but I got to drive through northern Chicago. And I came very close to Michael Jordan's mansion that he just sold.
Oh,
But apparently he sold it at a loss.
did he really?
Yes, no one wanted to buy. He had Air Jordans as the gate. It was huge cast iron shoes with a gate into his house. That's what someone told me, and that no one wanted to buy
It
it.
just has 23 on everything in the house.
People didn't like it, and then that was weird. Like it was the rich. Northern Chicago is the most opulent,
Super
beautiful
nice,
place.
yeah.
And then I drove on. I came to Milwaukee, and I drove through northern Milwaukee.
Bad.
Oh shit! It's
Yeah.
a lot.
I like Milwaukee, but yeah, it's definitely
A
a little different.
It was a lot. And then you come out of there, and then once again, it's like a weird little German town. If you drive in the Midwest, you just hit weird pocket after pocket. I mean, Texas is just nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. Little Mexican thing, nothing. Old whites. But this is like every 30 minutes, there's a whole new group of people bunkered down somewhere.
Yeah, I had to be. I'll be honest. Coming to Austin, it was for real like kind of unsettling to like have Mexicans be the dominant minority. That
Yeah.
like took me a second to like adjust. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I did some meditation about it before we came down.
Did you really?
'Cause I saw all the numbers and I was like, all right, let's just mentally prepare for that. I have no idea what it's going to look like. And I got to be honest, man, big improvement over Puerto Ricans.
You like it
And I'm
so
not
much.
disparaging Puerto Ricans.
Not at all.
But I'm saying so far, it's like, wow, okay. I thought if it was a lateral move, I would at least been comfortable. But this is like, whoa, man. Wow, imagine.
You're excited.
You know? Yeah.
You're getting tortured.
It's nuts.
What's driving? I mean, no one is more racist against different kinds of Latino than the Latino people.
For sure.
For sure.
Those Brazilians are scum. I hate. Only Argentina is the good one.
Now,
And
Brittany
the
was trying to
Chileans
drum
are
up.
angry
We were
with
in
them.
Mexico recently, and she was trying to drum up some Latin on Latin hatred. On like,
She was
like,
fishing for
she was fishing.
anti-Latin sentiment.
We played soccer, and then she was fishing against Argentinians because she was like blown away because I told her I was like, if you see an Argentinian with blue eyes, his dad was a Nazi. Just like fucking with, and it was, I guess it's somewhat could be true, but we were talking to these Mexican guys after we played soccer on the beach, and she was like fishing for like, you guys, what do you guys think about Puerto Rican? I heard you guys don't really like Puerto Ricans like that, and like they really worked at the resort. Like, well, we cannot say.
Just tip them and be like, what?
We like everybody. Then she brought up Brazilians, and they were like, "Nah, Brazilians are sick at soccer. We actually fuck with Brazilians."
Yeah.
But then they went back, then like different Argentina, like, yeah, we cannot say.
But the real icebreaker, I think, in most of the Latin world is just open with Dominicans, and you'll probably get a pretty good response.
PR. I don't think Mexicans and Puerto Ricans get along that well at all. I knew a Guatemalan fellow who was with a Puerto Rican lady, and he said I remember like, and I wasn't trying to be a dick. He was like, yeah, my girlfriend's Puerto Rican. And I was like,
So what?
the fuck you talking? He's like, we don't. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you guys are different. You guys go ahead.
I never, I don't even know, like, I don't have like a good base for like Puerto Ricans at all. Like, cause I've only lived here, New Orleans, and like LA. So I feel like Mexicans have been like the most dominant of any place I've been to. I haven't really lived up like,
Well, do only Mexicans do the quinceañera, or is that like, do Puerto Ricans do a quinceañera?
I feel like that. I don't know.
Puerto Ricans do a quinceañera every single day on their front steps.
I've never met Puerto Ricans. I'm excited to see.
Wow.
Really?
I know Kim Cogden.
She
Who's
counts.
ethnically Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Poppy does kind of rule. I will say, when you're in Poppy Land, it's kind of sick. But yeah, you
saying
were
Poppy?
there.
They're saying
I-
that-
Why they call you Poppy?
I reached poppy status.
They called he was a
Poppy.
Poppy.
status?
I reached poppy status.
That's
at one
actually
point.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it was bestowed upon me by Poppy.
Poppy
It
himself.
was incredible.
I tried to pull the trigger too early in the corner store. I was like, "What's up, Pop?" And the guy was like, "What the fuck?" They wouldn't have it at all. And I was like, "Fuck! I gotta get out of here! I gotta get out of here!" I tried to do Pop on him.
Does it carry over? Like you get it from one person, you have like you can use it anywhere.
I'd have to get back to a Puerto Rican neighborhood.
Right, true.
Yeah, check it out. You probably have to go back every 2 years to get it renewed.
Yeah, true. Pre-check.
Poppy status is sick.
You get the real ID for the Poppy.
Yeah, I gotta submit my fee and
Poppy's
help
fee.
someone's nephew navigate the legal system in Philadelphia, and I'll be right back to Poppy status.
You gotta do like an OSHA test on your laptop. It's just Hellcat audio for fucking. What kind of aftermarket muffler is that? You're like, oh, that's the Pep Boys 3.2. Oh, good job, Poppy.
Yeah, that's a slip-on from AutoZone. Probably plastic chrome on it.
If you have a store that's struggling and you need to have more customers, what do you do? It's like, increase the neon light budget by 6,000%. And we're going to sell hookahs while we're at it as well.
Wait, what do they sell? Hooties?
It's just every
Oh,
store.
hookah. I didn't know that.
It's just rimmed with the craziest neon light package every single
I'm
time.
looking forward to it.
It's pretty sick.
I'd hope to see that in New York, but all I saw little El Salvador in New Jersey.
Really?
I got to see where the El Salvadorians live.
What was that all
It
about?
was the worst food I've ever had in my. They have a weird.
pupusas.
Well, you'd know better than I don't know what it was. It was
they're
somewhere
young.
between sweet and savory, and it was
It's
a lot
funny.
of carbs, and it was.
What's a pupusa?
It's like a little, like a little. I don't even know. It's like a little tortilla filled with like cheese and like meat. It's like pretty yum. It's pretty like everything that those guys have basically. It's just like tortilla, cheese, and meat. It's really.
It's pretty yum.
I used to live next to an El Salvadorian restaurant. That's the only reason why I know what that is.
You're getting tons of pupusa.
Yeah, I had so much pupusi at the El Salvadorian.
Papusa hound.
I've only ever had the El Salvadorian bussy.
I love the huge pupusas.
I never found a pupusa big enough for me. So it's like a hot pocket, basically.
Yeah, just like a El Salvadorian hot pocket, I think.
Little pocket pupusa. That's crazy. They have pupusas.
Yeah, dude.
So
Big
everyone's-
pupusas, big hot pupusas, throbbing
That
pupusas.
would be so embarrassing if you're El Salvadorian. You come to like the multi-Latino throwdown.
Like, what's your food called?
You're fucking, you have like a bagel bite and a pupusa. You're like, fuck, man. We need to step it up. Everyone's laughing at my pupusa. Your sister has the best pupusas.
My sister makes the best pupusas. Dude.
Everyone loves my sister's pupusas. Oh fuck!
It tastes just like our grandma's pupusas.
Every day my grandpa will get home, my grandmother will have the papusa bus open for him. Here's a bus of papusa.
Who ate my wife's papusa? wait, hold on.
I left it right there. That's so fucking funny. Did you try the pupusas, James?
I don't know what I had, but it was a dark room and everyone was having a little of everything.
Yeah, that's crazy when you're eating a brand new ethnic food from that region. You go, whoa, didn't expect a fried banana in that bite. That's weird. But okay, it's working. Nice.
I don't think I've had Guatemalan, I believe. Pretty similar. I thought it was like kind of like Mexican food.
Brazil's a lot of rice, I think.
Yeah. It's a good guess. An educated guess.
I had like Ecuadorian food before, and they have like, dude, they like cook guinea pigs.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a big thing for them.
It's called the Equatorial Guinea.
What?
Is that what it's
No,
called?
that's a joke. That's a different country.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I actually don't know why I'm asking.
I was
like
happy
that.
with that.
I don't know. I started asking this question like a fucking my 5-year-old daughter. I'm like, did you guys know what I ate in Mexico? You have to guess. I ate crickets.
Whoa, really?
Just crushing crickets for my
Like-
kids, just to freak my kids out. They taste like sunflower seeds.
By
This is what the
themselves?
government wants you to do.
Crushing
The
crickets.
New World Order.
Yeah, the New World Order wants us eating insects.
I don't know. I was just at a Mexican place and they're like, it's like traditional to have crickets on the side of this one type of taco. I was like, I didn't get it, but I was like, bring me those crickets. I want to eat them. They were super salty. Tasted like sunflower seeds.
What
Give me
is-
those crickets. I'll eat them.
Did you just get back from Mexico?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
How was it?
It's awesome. It was literally my favorite place I think I've ever been. Luis Gomez has Jamaica. I might be Mr. Mexico.
Where in Mexico were you?
Where the fuck was I? Riviera Maya. We're on the Yucatan Peninsula,
Sick.
right near Cancun. It's right
nice.
next to
All right.
Cancun. Dude, Mexico is the best. I swear to God.
I don't know where any of these things have been
Yeah,
yet.
I
Me in relation to maybe a theme park in America. I can work backwards from there.
I didn't know. I was reading about the Mayans like 2 weeks in a row. It's all Yucatan Peninsula, and then I got there. I was in the Yucatan Peninsula, and everyone kept naming cities, and I'd be like, "I've heard of that before, Campeche. Yeah, that's where." And like, they were like, "Dude, you're in the Yucatan Peninsula."
Oh
right
yeah,
now." And I was
Lake
like, "Oh, I'm such
Titicaca. I know it.
But that's the one that was built by an asteroid, right?
Yes, that's where the cenotes come from. That's why they have those sacred like water holes because it's where the asteroids hit. That's where the dinosaurs got muffed.
Oh, that's sick.
Is that pretty cool?
Where's the
Yeah.
Nazca lines? Where are those? Is that in that area? Or am I thinking of something totally
What's the
different?
Nazca line?
That's South America. I'm not thinking Central.
I have no idea.
The Nazca lines, it's like there's it's not like crop circles, but it's like these images that are like just etched into like the ground and from far away. They're
Yeah.
shaped like
South
creatures and stuff.
America has aliens and Mexico has dinosaurs. That's
Sick.
kind of the
That's kinda
dinosaurs
awesome.
died in Mexico. They were there. The asteroid struck right on the Yucatan
Montezuma's.
Peninsula.
Never mind.
No, they were just there being like, oh man, it's so fucking hot right now. Oh, that big fireball, man. Stego, man, use your tail. Stego, swipe that thing, man. They died.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded animals, bro.
The birds here look like dinosaurs.
Birds here, and you get off the airport, and those are they ravens? What the fuck are those birds just in the
I
airport?
don't know. They look like
trees?
raptors.
Like,
Oh, here?
yeah.
Oh, the grackles. I think.
Grackle. Are they is that what
Yeah,
they are?
that's what they're called. Grackles.
Oh,
Those
I saw
big
a
ones?
hummingbird.
The ones that just seem
One
like
time.
they're not quite like pigeons. They're not
So
quite
beautiful.
ravens.
Yes.
That you see everywhere.
Grackles. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We were
Fucking big
eating,
boys.
We were eating lunch, sitting on the ground in a Buc-ee's parking lot on our way into Texas.
Nice.
And I saw.
Oh, you
those
drove
birds.
here?
Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, 3 kids, 2 cats, 2 vehicles. I'm not tooting my own horn, but goddamn, I am maybe the greatest living man. Doesn't matter. We're eating sandwiches that we made with ingredients we brought from home, sitting on the ground in Buc-ee's parking lot, and we saw those birds that look like raptors. And I was like, look, kids, when I was younger, we didn't really get that these things may have transitioned into birds at some point, but this is what dinosaurs probably were looking like towards the end. They were just like, okay. Do you understand how long it took me to come to this conclusion after seeing Jurassic Park when I was your age? It's like it's been a lifetime of like struggle in my mind to reconcile these 2 animals. What the fuck?
Were they overwhelmed by the enormous bronze Bucky's statue?
I don't know if I saw the enormous bronze
Oh,
Buc-ee's.
the
statue.
entrance to the Buc-ee's, they have a big
They have it at all of them.
Buc-ee's mascot in bronze. Yeah, I believe so.
I missed it every single time. Then I think we hit 3 Buc-ee's on the way in.
What was your haul at each Buc-ee's? Or just getting gas?
Mostly gas. I got to live in Truckerland for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not Buc-ee's. That's separate because they don't have Truckerland at Buc-ee's. They said no truckers.
Really?
Yeah, they got tired of them shitting. They got tired of trucker shits in the Buc-ee's.
That's a problem.
I think.
Them just jerking each other off and stuff.
I mean, dude. Okay. So all the rest. So I had a 22-foot moving truck completely packed, and I was driving. It was a fucking nightmare. And when we pulled in the rest stops, they had the truck entrance and the car entrance. I went, I probably should go through the truck entrance. I don't want to get in the way of all the cars.
Yeah.
And so you pull around into the other gas station in the back, and it's nothing but tractor trailers, and then it's all the guys parking so that they could jack off or whatever.
Yeah.
And you pull up, and it's just I fully immersed myself. I've never had more respect for the American trucker, which from what I can gather is mostly Indian guys in the worst drip in the entire world. Every time I got out of the truck,
It was just Indian guys?
It was mostly Indian
Yeah,
guys.
there's a
What?
lot
For
of
the
Indian
truckers?
guys.
Yeah, they're trucking. The
I didn't
Indian
know
guys are
that.
trucking right now.
That's
Indian guys and like morbidly obese white guys.
Yeah. It's like old white dudes and Indian bros.
Yeah, you all
I did
pull
not
up.
know the Indian bros are on the road right now.
You all
Silk
pull-
Road has come
Yeah.
back.
It's
No, they
incredible.
like buddy. But they hit buddy a lot.
Buddies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the CBs are just fat old white guys and guys like, yo, yes, good. Are you? He's like, God.
A lot of mows and Joe. I used to work in logistics. A lot of dudes they mow and Joe and shit. It's like that's not. Give me your real name.
They take trucker names.
Yeah.
My name is Mo.
Yeah, my name is certainly Joe. Please build it up. You're all wearing the worst clothes
Oh, yeah.
of all time.
It's crazy, dude.
When you're dressing yourself in the morning, you're like thinking about comfort, and then it's impossible because you're just gonna be sitting in a driver's seat all day.
Yeah.
So we pull up, and it's just me, and I have my son with me, and then I'm wearing just fucking like pink sweat shorts and like a tank top, and then I'm next to like a Indian guy wearing like dirty pants and sandals. And we're
So
all just like
sick.
piling into love.
Sandals for a long drive.
Bro, sandals for a long drive. They all wore sandals.
Dude, it is crazy that they're driving like 18 wheelers and
Well, they're all
Sandals.
automatic now. They don't do manual, so they're not shifting all
yeah,
day.
they just kind of sit there.
So you kind of just sit there on a beaded seat cover.
Oh, and instead, that'd be nice to take the bulldog off the Mack truck and put like the elephant god.
Vishnu.
Get a little Vishnu right there.
is that destruction or is that Vishnu's destruction, right? Or is that creation?
I listened to the
No.
Joe
Shiva.
Rogan Josh podcast
I forget which one.
for 8 hours at a time.
Yeah, they got to be based because that's all you can listen to for that long.
Those dudes come out based, dude. They come out so based. Indian dudes might be the most based. I'm dead serious. That's sick. I didn't know. That's
Those
a
are my
good
people
update. I
now.
didn't know the Indian.
I'm an
dudes-
Indian trucker now.
So tight. The drive is crazy. That must have been. It was. What was
Eating
it?
nothing but diarrhea food the entire time.
That's kind of sick. When you have an excuse, when you're like, look, it's all I can
You're
do.
sitting for 12 hours at a time
that
eating
sucks.
only diarrhea
Time to
food.
go to Dairy Queen. You
You
know.
can't live that long.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah, true. But then being the Indian guy, being like, you're road dogging it, and you get off, and you come back to your big fat Indian wife.
They hit
He's
the
also your
Georgia to
cousin.
California a lot.
Huh?
They do like the Georgia to California a lot. That's where they get like a lot of produce in Georgia, and they drive like the cold trucks, like the reefers, over to.
Ooh.
That's like a route they really want because they make the most money.
Oh.
You're hitting up the lot lizards. And then I guess
Doesn't make sense. They're the horniest guys.
They sleep in the back. It has to be an absolute goon cave right behind the driver's seat. I would honestly, I was getting close to like offering to pay one to take me inside and let me see his goon
Let me see
cave.
your setup. That's probably now. It's like this-
Oriental
that's why
rug
you gotta
on the back, and then just nothing but like Sidney Sweeney, Sabrina Carpenter.
That's why you got to wash your apples. All the Indian guys come off. You're just ripping them over his shoulder into the fucking back. Yeah, the goon setup's got to be nuts. It's got to be crazy. They're probably dressed all schlubbed out, and they go into the setup, and it's like fully immersive.
It's like an Iron Man suit.
Hookah.
Hello, yeah, it's
Hookah
like
setup.
hello, Ashpanad.
Welcome, Praj.
We have searched the internet and found things to your liking.
Well, I think some of them drive in like teams too. So there's just like one bro like chilling in the goon cave while the other one is
One's the
driving.
goon cave.
They always need to form a gang
Yeah,
for their sexual deviancy.
that's
Yeah.
nice. I like the fact that they took up the mantle of horny truckers
Yeah.
because they are charged.
You want to cut that?
They've been genetically
Warriors, yeah.
bred for it. They've been selectively bred to be truckers.
They're just looking at the truck.
That's like the H1B visas we're getting is they're just all becoming truckers here.
They look at their bob meter. It's like, they're dangerously low. We need the bobs. We need more bobs. We don't empty on bobs. My mind is empty. I cannot remember them. I'll pull over here. Dude, that's so nice. It's great. That's perfect for them.
Yeah.
I would think more like African immigrants trucking.
I think they have those guys too, though.
They might
Not as much.
I think they more like short range stuff. They don't like long haul.
Yeah, I can see
or whatever.
that.
I don't know. I haven't explored the culture enough, but they just seem to be better suited for that.
Just short burst sprints and stuff.
Oh man, I watched a documentary about someone getting a semi trailer across Africa.
Really?
Yeah, they were like driving a semi trailer from like the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top, but they had to get it all the way up Africa. And,
Damn.
I just remember like there was at one point they had no lubricant and they just
Spit on it.
no they started like cramming bananas into the axle.
Oh, it lube for
get
the
it
truck.
to-
I thought
So what,
for
they
like
just
themselves.
ate
No.
the truck's pussy?
Just showed it one of the pictures from the loft. I wish I'd remembered more about it. It was great.
That's crazy, man. Did you ever see the Beware Ginger Baker? He's in Africa. He was like that. He
The
was
drummer?
he was the drummer, yeah.
Yeah.
From what the fuck was he in? Cream, I guess. And,
Yeah.
like, he kind of he was just a crazy heroin addict who just like bothered Eric Clapton. He was in one band with him, and then he was like, "Put me in your band, Clapton," and he just would like tease him. But apparently, he was a nasty drummer, and he retired to Africa and had like a compound, and he had to escape. The authorities cracked down on him, and he drove like a Land Rover through like crazy African terrain, like escaped. Pretty tight.
Do you think he hit up Clapton and was like, "Tears in Heaven's a great song. Maybe we could throw some drums on it." Also, sorry about your son.
Apparently, just tortured Clapton. It was like, bro, 'cause I think he was in traffic, I believe, maybe. I don't know. Clapton was in traffic, but he like bothered that guy who was in Steve Winwood or whatever his name was in traffic. He would like bully him and bully
Oh, the
Clapton.
band. I was like, he was in traffic. Like he's
No,
in
he
his
was in the
car.
band
like,
traffic.
The band
Yeah.
traffic. I was
Sorry,
like, what
bully
the-
the band traffic. But yeah, apparently he's just an asshole. His son was a drummer. He looked his son in the eye and was like, "You do not have what it takes," and just like went to Africa and just fucked off. Did heroin.
Beast.
Sick. Lost all his money.
Beast.
I think one of the reunion tours Cream did was just to get him some money because he blew all of his cash. Dude's nice. Beware of Mr. Baker is it's a cool documentary if you want to watch it.
What was the outcome of the tractor trailer?
I don't know, I think they made it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is it too soon for a trap remix of Tears in Heaven? For someone to really, every now and again they like bring back a golden oldie for the TikTok and the Young Dancing.
No, I think you could totally.
Would you
I would
know
say
mine?
completely. That'd be good.
You get a rap verse on
I
there?
mean, they did the "I'll Be Missing You" song. That was,
yeah. It's time.
Do you guys ever? Does that song ever hit you when you're like driving? It comes on the radio. Ever like?
Changes gets
I do
me.
it every time, but I just pretend
Which
people who
changes?
aren't
Somebody
dead
gets
I know
songs
are
named
dead.
Changes.
Oh no, yeah.
Changes is
Bowie?
tight.
No, well, Changes by Bowie is great, but I made a G today, but you said it in a sleazy way.
Tupac changes.
Tupac
Oh,
Changes.
I don't think I know changes. I know Hail Mary. That's my main Tupac track.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
I gotta
young,
get paid.
you're a youngster.
Yeah, I'm a
Well,
little
that's the
younger.
way it is.
Yeah,
There's a section in Changes where he has
you're
an
making
argument
Tupac
with a
look
drug
crazy
dealer.
right now, dude.
Why?
It was I'm thinking of the Wale thing. How Wale was like Kai Cenat didn't know him, and he's like, "You're making me look crazy right now, bro."
You never got into Tupac in a big way?
No, just I love the song Hail Mary, even though I avoid certain lyrics in it, but I do like
understand.
it.
How old are you, Regan?
I'm 30, newly 30.
Ooh, how's that feel?
All my joints already have started hurting.
Really? The day
My
you
neck
woke
is
up?
like a big problem now. Like it's been 3 weeks. My neck and my knee hurts.
Fuck.
This cool birthday was cool though, but yeah, during my birthday I was talking to like an Uber driver, and I was like, yeah, I just turned 30, expecting them to hype me up, and the Uber driver was like, yeah, your 20s really are the best years of your life. Once you turn 30, it's just like that. I'm like, I'm giving you like 2 stars now. What the fuck? I thought you're supposed to hype me up about it, but morale's been high, but also has only been like 3 weeks, so it hasn't really set in.
I love turning 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like kind of stoked on. I mean, it was rough. I came in and it was like I was on an air mattress. I was like in my brother's house.
Yeah.
But being 30, I was like very into it. Being
I feel
30.
pretty chill about it. It's like this feels like
You're
the
in
same
charge
as-
now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think so, but I'm not.
You're in the
I'm
driver's-
stoked on 40. 40, I can't wait for. It's coming next year.
That's what's
Stoked
up.
on 40.
December for me, I'll be 40.
January. Let me know how it is.
My
Catch on the flip side.
biggest difference, my lower back is permanently compressed. It will
Oh,
never
nice.
feel good.
I'm already there.
And that's probably the worst of it, you know?
Yeah.
I'd say aside from that, some minor problems, like slowly changing from all of like the adult connections that you have in your entire life and like drifting apart in different ways and like sort of like losing grasp of those relationships.
You get to
30s
forge
was a
a
blink,
tight
wasn't
bond
it?
with your
That's
nuclear
kind of a-
family.
30s
Yeah,
was a
that's
blink.
30s was a blank. for
30s
sure.
was your third. That guy is totally.
You gotta
right.
lock in.
I think hair's
Yeah.
gonna be gone in like 2 years. I think I got 2 years out of the
What are
long
you gonna
hair.
go with?
I don't know. I think like just slowly I'm gonna start doing shorter and shorter styles, you know? And then kind of I think I want to go for like Anakin episode 3 kind of like length.
Nice.
That's like my ideal hair length is like Anakin Skywalker.
And then the next year will be Darth Vader length.
You have all the burns going.
You're so close to a Guy Fawkes
Just
now.
speaking through a fucking machine.
Would you do a Guy Fawkes? Would you
What's
grow
a guy? Wait,
the guy from V for Vendetta? But you got the long hair and you got the mustache. If you just grow a little something here, you could totally.
I don't know if I could rock a patch though. I don't have a patch.
I don't know. It's almost
face.
implied already.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I've been seeing a patch this entire
Really?
Yeah, get the
I'm just now
patch
realizing
going.
you don't have
You
it.
just magic eyeing a patch all the time.
You're projecting a patch
You
right
can,
now.
in
you
the
can rock
future.
a soul patch for sure.
You think
bro.
so? I've
Oh
been
my
thinking about
God.
doing like just the stubble and the chin with this. I
You'd
think
be
that'd
a
be kind of a nasty look.
musketeer if you threw one.
It's like chin stubble with the mustache.
Just wear a judge robe.
Go
dude.
full Dart again. Dart again.
That would be nice. No, you could do. I want to get a Durst, just chin goatee, just right here. That'd be tight.
Or like I do tombstone, like a tombstone kind of thing.
That'd be nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doc Holliday would be very sexy.
Do you have enough growth to do the Matt Hardy? I always think
I really
about
don't have
that.
much growth at all.
Thin
Honestly,
line
this
all the
took
way
like
around.
it took me like a couple months just to get to this level of mustache.
Really?
You
Yeah,
don't-
if I mess it up at all, it's like the mustache is gone for a while.
Fuck.
Yeah,
You could go Fu Manchu. Wispy on the ends.
yeah. I've been thinking
With
about
the
curling.
hair?
I've been thinking about. You think so?
I don't know. If you go full beard, you could very
I think
quickly
with
go
Fu Manchu,
Rasputin.
I'd have to like start learning a martial art to back it up. You know.
Why don't you? You're a Japanophile.
I mean, I'm going back in October. I mean, I hope we don't go into like
You
like
going
have a
back?
nuclear event anytime soon because I want to go back to Japan really soon.
Yeah. Wait, what's Japan's martial art, by the way?
Karate,
Karate's theirs.
karate,
So Kung Fu is Chinese?
kung fu's Chinese. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, karate is like I think it stands for like open fist or something or open hand. Kata is empty. Oh yeah, empty. Te is hand, bro.
But Kung Fu is China. Okay. Have they ever, I'm sure they've done it. Like, what wins over Kung Fu and karate? Is it like a total.
Better go
don't know.
back
I
to
mean,
the
that's,
early
that's an
UFC
ancient
fights.
rivalry. They're
I
never
think-
going to decide
yeah,
that. Come on,
true.
man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they'd like to. I don't know.
This was twin flames.
I mean, it turns out through UFC, we discovered the real answer is a Brazilian man who sits on your back and punches you in the side of the head.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it
That's
turns
the
out like
real
all like
answer.
the cool looking martial arts actually aren't as good as just wrestling someone on the ground.
Yeah, just breaking their arm.
But I think kung fu is like a lot more. It's like I think it encompasses a lot more than karate does.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of different like styles, like crane and like I don't know. I'm going
Yeah,
with like
monkey
Wu Tang
tiger.
songs. Yeah, crane style, tiger style, all that
Dude,
shit.
I saw.
You should go Drunken Master.
Dude, I like the drunken master
That'd be
a lot.
nice.
That'd be
Keep
tight.
a little jug on your hip.
Just fucking wobbling.
I saw a clip. Do you guys know? I don't know this guy's name at all. He's an Instagram guy. He's like one of those like jacked like type dudes who are like, you need to fucking whatever. But he has a giant beard, and I think he is like Muslim leaning, maybe slightly. It's a giant beard, and he was the guy who like made his wife. They drank each other's blood on Instagram
Whoa.
or something, whatever.
I'm not
This
familiar.
guy, I wish I could see it. This guy, actually, you know what? Let me see. I have it on here. This might be the biggest. There it is, King Azulay. Dude, listen to this story.
Monks don't ever in their life.
How did you even get connected with them?
When we came to the US, I started eating at a Chinese restaurant. The owner was, for me, Master Shifu. When I used to go there, eventually the owner fell in love with me. And he said, that kid is special. And I would come to him, and before I would eat, he would move all of the tables, and he would teach me Kung Fu. And I was 10 years old, so I learned how to do with like Kung Fu,
Yeah.
It was different, and I loved it. And that inspired me because I said, I'm going to be like Bruce Lee. And I would come there every day and I would train after
Panda clip.
Have you ever saw someone lie harder?
That is just the plot of the new Karate Kid movie. Like, it literally is the new Karate Kid movie that just came out.
The bit I believe though is when he said he fell in love with me, and then I bought into the story. It's
You
such
want
a
to
strange
give him his
verbiage.
knowledge. You want to impart his knowledge to him.
True.
Yeah.
He claims he ate there every day, and the guy moved the tables off hours, I guess, and would teach him Kung Fu.
It'd be pretty annoying if you were there with your family.
But I think he did an online course now. So if you want to learn the secrets, you can do it for
You could hear a guy tell you about learning kung fu for $3,000 a month.
But I was listening to that story yesterday, and I was like,
There's
fucking
no way that happened.
There's no way that, like, literally, there's no way that
I don't know,
happened.
man. Kung fu masters are really good at seeing like a spark inside of a child and like taking them in. So I could totally believe it.
Do you think they move the tables
Where else are you gonna do
every
it?
That's a big
time?
thing.
Every time I've in
That's actually a hidden
And,
like
and when you
that's
master
like,
it, you won't even need to move the tables.
no, they're moving the tables. It's like that's like how they teach him the moves. He's moving the tables.
True.
It's like,
I'm pretty sure he was a busboy for a little bit.
Yeah, I was splitting tips with a hostess.
Every time I've been at a Chinese buffet, I feel like they're barely tolerating my presence. It's never
Yeah.
really very hospitable.
Well, it's like
Maybe they're testing me.
they need you to behave.
Yeah, true. That's true.
You know?
I was in high school eating like trying to put them out of business with how much I was eating.
I love that. Have you seen the videos? Like one of my favorite videos to watch online, I think, is like when you see like just the white guy who's like a polyglot, he just knows a bunch of languages and just like rolls into like a Chinese restaurant and just like starts hitting them with some like random dialect of Chinese that they speak, and they're like, whoa, this guy's how'd you,
And like
where'd you learn
subtitles, like
that?
they look at each other and recognize. You know what I mean? Like
So
the
he speaks better
workers.
than me. Like it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, that guy must feel so. That
It
was,
is funny because if anyone speaks English, I'm like, good, you should do that.
yeah.
Not
Thank
impressed
you.
at all. I'm like, fucking Jesus Christ. About time. Everyone else gets so stoked if you speak their language.
Have you ever tried to order Japanese food in Japanese before?
Tell us more.
Only all the time.
Only all the time.
すいません。
I'm sorry.
とりあえず、ビールください。Oh yeah, dude, I went full Japanese when I was in Japan.
You immersed.
I fully immersed. Yeah, I was ordering in, but a lot of them did know English, but I didn't have to actually.
I did a lot of pointing at things and saying numbers.
You're banging on the door to the soap land, shouting, I'm
No,
one of
I
you.
didn't do soap,
I'm
but
one of you.
I did have a lot of like when I was in Osaka, I had some ladies come up to me and be like, "Masaji, masaji." They're really big on the massages, which is like just them trying to get you to go to like a wishy-washy.
Really?
But I was just yelling "Yamete," which is like stop. I was like "Yamete." I was just drunk yelling in these ladies' faces.
Yamate! Yamate!
But no, I've ordered full Japanese and it's nice.
Yeah. Do you ever hit him with like a breathly hi?
I was like so, hi, so, or the informal,
Wow.
the
Now, how-
informal yes is like You just make the sound and
How-
like nod your head.
How reverent was your bow?
I didn't bow at all.
What the fuck?
Well, no, I
Come
bowed like
on.
when you enter into like I kind of had like the docile like when you enter into somebody like kind of like you walk into somewhere like and
hands at your
acknowledge the
sides and
bartender.
lower than them every single
No,
time.
why didn't
You're a
any-
visitor. What
Yeah,
the
true.
fuck, dude? You're embarrassing all of us.
There's
you
no
get-
bowing to be had.
You get an otaku?
What? No,
Was that what it's called? Did
That's-
people attack you for being a Westerner?
no, otaku. That's like their term for like just dorks that like they're like anime.
What's
That's like
a
their
fat-
anime dorks.
what's a bad word for the Westerner?
Baka.
Oh, gaijin.
gaijin.
Oh, no, yeah, I think gaijin is
Filthy baka
like
gaijin.
foreigner. Yeah,
Were they nasty to you on public transport with that?
they're all very kind every time I interact with them. But public transport is just like kind of their quiet time. Like no one. It's like you're not supposed to speak. Everyone's
There's no
just,
one
like, chills.
breakdancing. There's
Yeah.
no one doing 3-card Monty.
Everyone's just on their phones,
Really?
like
No
trying
shell
not
game.
to make eye contact.
No shell game on any public transportation.
What
in
the
Japan.
hell?
There's no sad-faced girl who's never going to make it in the industry.
There's like-
singing over at a loud
It's so
backing
safe.
track.
There's like kid. They have like the elementary schools have like buddy systems, and like the kids are just like chilling and like traveling alone on the trains with each other. It's just so safe.
And you go there and you go, wow, man, I wish we could like have a society like this in America. I wonder what the difference is. And, and you come back and you just catalog all those little differences and, you know.
Tim, where are you going with this?
What the hell are you talking about?
You know?
Dude, I actually did. I saw some Japanese people like in the wild here at a Mexican restaurant. I heard them. I walked past their table and I thought I heard them Japanese, so I walked past again to be like, "Is that?" And then, I asked them.
You're a fiend, dude.
Yeah, you know, dude. I want to work on my conversation skills. And I asked them in Japanese if they're Japanese, and the guy was like, "So this." He's so pumped that I could tell that they were like
Oh,
what
that's
Asian they
tight.
were. Yeah, in Texas, I think he's just shocked that anyone.
Yeah,
knew.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
They were like, you got to be careful there. And there's just a guy coming up to you like, what the shit? this is very good.
I'm pretty sure I can pick all the different, maybe not all the
It's
different
tough.
Asians. I'm pretty good with picking who's Japanese.
Are you really? I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah.
If you
I'm
hear
good
it,
with
or if you-
Korean.
I've
I'm a
discussed this a lot. I can do.
I'm a zoomer.
I got better at Africans for a while there. Ethiopian, easy pick.
Yeah, that's easy.
Easy Ethiopian. I think Kenyan. The forehead's a bit different. I got
Okay,
Kenyan.
let me
But I watched
James, let
Black
me
Panther
test you.
and I was going through. Yeah. Hit me.
Yeah.
Ethiopian or not Ethiopian? I can do that.
Yeah.
Not the size. It's a beautiful. You know, I can pick Italians
There
by
we
the
go.
way that they tut and grab.
Okay, hold on.
No,
Let me
I think
see.
Ethiopians more than Somalis.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna start pretty standard. I'm gonna give
South
you some.
Sudanese, I can pick.
I'm gonna
in
give
a
you some
heartbeat.
meat and potatoes here right now.
I can't differentiate between the tribes in South Sudan. Dinka and non-Dinka. It's still hard
Ready?
for me.
I got a good one.
It's called Dinka. Yeah.
What do you? What's that guy?
Oh,
I think I know.
What do you think?
I would say
I'm going Korean.
Thai or Vietnamese.
Japanese.
No, I wouldn't say Korean.
Tim's right.
Damn.
That's a Korean?
Never
Yep.
mind. I don't know.
By the way,
pretty.
this is
Too
game. This
pretty.
is this game
I thought
is.
I was getting ready. I was bracing for Africa. All right.
All right, hold
If you
on.
see a beautiful Asian boy, that's Korean.
You sure he's not half Japanese? I thought I saw a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I'm relying on Google to hopefully AI is as strong as it says it is. All right, here we go.
All right.
It's just a picture of Goku. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's Japanese, man.
yeah.
No,
That's Chinese.
Chinese. Butterly nailed it again.
I was so sure.
All right, hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna hit
the
you guys
eyes.
with it.
I'm
Hit
like
you guys
further
with the
away than you
curveball.
guys from the phone, so I couldn't really.
I'm getting so many. I still
I
such
missed,
a
I
big
missed my
game.
eye exam to come here actually, so I just like.
Oh shit! You guys can see the thing. Did you guys read it?
No.
Filipino.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty good.
Pretty obvious.
You guys want the Japanese
guess
guy,
as
don't
well.
you? Let's see.
Please give us the Japanese.
That should be a segment on Jeopardy.
I mean, that's pretty. It's Butterly. Oh,
I do get it wrong. I
man.
try. I get it wrong sometimes. But
They
I like,
think they're
I'll take the
so
race face for
fucking
400.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That's-
eyebrows. That's Japanese. Yeah.
I thought this.
I think Japanese are by cultural law allowed to give the most attitude out of all the Asians. You know what I mean?
They've earned it.
Yeah, cool.
They've earned the
guys.
seat at the global table. They can give a little bit of sass.
They can.
Korea needs to really start chirping. South Korea, that is.
Yes, please.
They're kind of sassy though. I feel like Koreans are a little. There's a little sass to them.
They are
no,
sassy,
one-on-one.
bro.
They are kind of
Very.
I mean, like globally, geopolitically,
Yeah.
Korea really needs
well,
to
they got to sort
throwing
out
some
their-
meat around.
South Korea has more problems than anybody. Like when you
Really?
yeah, whenever there's a story about like feminism going out of control or suicide statistics or people not having kids, it's Korea.
Oh, I feel like
every
Japan
time.
kind of has those last two pretty locked down.
Suicide?
Suicide and not having kids. I think that's like a huge problem for
I think
them.
Korea's worse. I think South Korea maybe worse.
Who kills himself more?
Who's got the highest suicide? Because New Zealand crushes Australia in the suicide rate.
Suicide?
Which is always weird because it's a very similar country. But
Yeah, but it's kind of like, you know, yeah, New Zealand, don't they get kind of like shit on for being like a tiny version of like
I think
less
also
of a-
they're more. They don't have the Irish influence. They don't talk about their feelings. They're very repressed. They're very like. They won't do. Oh no, I'm fine.
Where are
I
they
don't
from?
have any issues at all. England. They're like Presbos, I think.
Okay.
Whoa, you know what? My bad, I was wrong. South Korea has the highest.
Yeah,
suicide
South
rate.
Korea's got the highest suicide rate.
What?
Yeah, they got K-pop's not helping. They need to write some new.
That sucks.
New
It's also
tunes.
weird. I mean, the half the country is like a bizarro dictatorship concentration.
I
camp
think
kind
they
of
might kill themselves less often in North Korea than South Korea.
thing. Yeah.
They're not
If that's
allowed.
a benchmark.
But you don't get the
for-
chance.
Yeah,
Everyone can
You're getting
find
fucking run
a
over
jagged
by
shard of
tanks and
glass.
starving to death.
they don't have knives and guns and they
It's
don't
not-
have.
Yeah, which country is leading the world in being killed by like a military machine gun by the leader of the country? Is that North Korea?
This is
In
all
like a world's
propaganda.
greatest like game kind of situation.
I have a question. I forgot. I took some. I got some questions on Patreon, and I would like to cover some of these. It'd be a nice. I think it'd be a fun time.
What a treat that would be.
Switching gears from identifying Asian people in a respectful.
Where, by the way, I had 100% success.
By
rate.
the way, Bear, that was great.
I think I have to. I have my Japanophile status revoked after that.
You're
No,
so
you're
young.
just Japan. I didn't pick Japan yet, so
True.
to you, you're going. What? That looks like a Chinese dog.
I mean, a lot of their words are from.
They call each other dogs when they're like talking shit.
They do think the Chinese are just loud and rude.
I don't like the way they treat the Ainu people in Japan.
What did they do? Is that like the ones that are up north?
Yeah, they're my favorite. See, you pretend not to even know them with your love of
But
Japan.
that's like their.
so
that's their
disgusted
Eskimo,
at you.
that's like their Eskimos, right?
They're the indigenous people of Japan.
Okay, yeah, so they're Eskimos.
Are they
hairy
really? So
Ainu.
they're the Eskimo Roos.
Yeah, and they're very. They have like a caste system in Japan that
Do
they
they
try
really?
not to focus on. But yeah,
What?
yeah they
Still?
hate the Ainu people. That's wrong. I'm an Ainu. I stand with that.
I knew a file.
Yes. I don't like this.
Well, the bros,
nepophilia
the
that
bros
you've
up
got going
north
on.
are the most like they're the most like cold, not cold people, but they're the less welcoming to like foreigners
Really?
and stuff. I think, but I think it's
the
just like they
Japanese
don't
took
know as
everything
much
from them.
English. It's like there's more of a language barrier with the people up north.
Yeah.
So, like Sapporo, you get more
Sapporo.
Sapporo. Yeah, you get up in Sapporo and Hokkaido. They're not really super kind to.
Hakaba.
Really?
What's I don't know that.
I'm just saying words.
I'm just naming random syllable sounds.
Here's I got a question for you guys. This is from Colin. He said, "I fucking hate my roommate's girlfriend, and so do all of our friends. Should we tell him or no?
I think he probably knows.
Do you think?
But
Does
you
she-
all hate her.
Depends if she's like living with them. If that's the case, then yeah, I think you're allowed to tell him.
She sucks.
Yeah, but like if it's just like his own personal problem, like if she's a problem for the house,
So you're gonna go.
You know?
It's his personal property.
I thought you were saying personal property. I was like,
No, no.
So,
But also, you shouldn't be living with your girlfriend in a share house if you have any other. That's not.
I've encountered that situation.
I
when
mean,
have
I've done it.
roommates.
It's not a good
Yeah.
time. I don't think. Maybe that was just for me. One time I had a nice time doing it, but I already knew the other guy. But oh man, I was in a share house with strangers, with an old Italian man and his mother, and a Malaysian man who stole my girlfriend's underpants and would jack off at the kitchen table. To
What? Where was this?
this was in Adelaide. This was the cheapest accommodation we could find when we moved out, and it would. I started sleeping with wine
you
next
were
to
both
the bed.
living there?
Yeah, me and my then girlfriend, and a Malaysian man who smoked indoors. I lied and said I had asthma, so he would stop, but he didn't. And then there was an old Italian man whose mother moved in. And he didn't say she'd moved in. Just one night I went to the bathroom and there was an old Italian woman in there. And that's where she'd been. Sorry.
You walked in on her in the bathroom?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Did I walk in or did...
Number one or number two?
I think maybe my
well,
girlfriend
they're,
at the
they're
time
pretty
must
sitting
have
down
walked in.
regardless, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Would you rather walk in on someone in the bathroom or be walked in on in the bathroom? That's the big question for
I'll
me.
be walked in on.
You'd rather be walked in on.
Yeah, I'm very
discovered.
proud of what I've got going on.
Yeah, I
No.
I'm not, but I'm like I hate walking in on someone. I'd rather be walked in on as well.
Well, then you get to forgive. You get to be in the
Yeah.
position of saying, don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
There's also
Being
always-
the intruder.
There's
spins,
also a
I don't like-
sharp rubber band snap where you open the door and you go, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and you close and you go, "He should have fucking locked the door and had me avoid this entirely."
Don't blame the victim.
I always consciously I
Half second of "I'm sorry," and then 3 minutes of like, "Guy didn't even fucking lock the door," and I walked in on him. I saw the side of his ass.
Oh, someone did walk in on me at a house party doing a piss in the toilet once.
Really?
Yes, but I couldn't figure out how to get the lock to work, so I was pissing. Like the toilet was here.
Yeah, you're blocking your body.
I stood on the. I stood with my back to the door.
That's my technique
Pissing
as well.
sideways in the toilet, but then they open the door and it just looks like I'm pissing in a weird way. He's a side toilet pisser.
No, I do butt blocking a lot. Every
Yeah,
time if
I-
I'm like peeing in like a random place, my uncle's house has a situation where you walk in and like if you were peeing the way it was designed, someone's going to see like
Yes.
all of your dick. Where
Yeah.
I butt to the door, pee at like a weird diagonal.
When we went to your weekend getaway in the mountains before you got married,
Yeah.
I don't even think you went to the Pleasure Dome with us.
No.
Pleasure
it was,
dome.
It was me, Rainey, and
Strip club.
Spud, and maybe one or two other stragglers.
Yeah.
And I had a tummy ache on the way out the door to get it. Like getting in the car, I was like, "Oh man, I hope we don't stay very long." And we went, and I had a pretty serious diarrhea issue at the strip club, and there was no stalls on the bathroom doors so that you can't jack off.
Oh no.
They didn't really
Shitting
count.
in the wild, in the open.
No,
They had just a wall but no
yeah,
door.
so the stall but no door.
Oh,
And it
I've
was
seen
very
bathrooms
busy.
like
You
that.
know, guys are pissing and drinking. So everyone's in and out. So Rainey became the door. Rainey stood in the door.
That's a
with his
beautiful
arms
gesture
to
of
the
friendship.
sides,
What a
so that I
beast.
could unload
Diarrhea in peace.
Diarrhea
I
in the
could
Pleasure Dome.
unleash hell in the Pleasure Dome.
What a gem of
Low point.
what a gem to stand and block to stand sentry.
That's we're bound for life.
Yeah, shitting. I had to shovel a parking lot one time, and I had to take a shit, and there was a restaurant bar we could go into. It was same deal. You had to shit behind like a wall, basically. and there was just it was free access. People would get in there. It was just like
Dude, that's like that. There's a bar in New Orleans that I went to like in like over the Christmas break, and like literally the toilet faces. It's tiny. The toilet faces the door. There's no lock on the door, so you're just playing the most dangerous game every single time. Like you go to take a shit. Like I just had my friends to like. My friends are outside. I'm like, can you watch the door? And it's like fully they're gonna let someone walk in. Like they're not gonna protect me. I'm like, why am I trusting them? But it's like every time you go to take a shit is like this could be. This
Bro,
could be the
Put
one.
your sunglasses on and let her rip. If someone walks in, they walk in. I think we should go to floor. I hate toilets. I think we should go to the floor hole thing that they do in other countries.
Look at you. Now that
squat.
you've met all these Indian truck drivers.
No, I
adopting
hate
their
high
ways.
toilets, dude. I want a low toilet. I do not like high toilets. They piss me off.
I'm done with the toilet entirely, dude.
You're gonna
Oh,
squat. You're squat,
what
man.
about the Japanese?
Yeah,
Japanese
I
toilet's
want to go
pretty nice.
hold a hole. I want to form a connection with a port in the floor with my hole
That'd be nice.
and drop straight into it.
Just shit
I'm
straight
already
into the
standing
earth.
on every toilet I shit in anyway.
Do you do that?
Yeah,
What?
Pretty sick.
yeah.
You do a full
I
squat
gargoyle on public toilets.
and
Really?
squat.
That's. I mean, you've got the.
Well, that's why you have
martial
the
arts
flat
flexibility
shoes,
to
so you can get
Yeah.
There are signs in Australia asking you not to do that because of the international.
you have like heel drive, you know.
I think about doing that every time, and I
Every
go,
single
nah.
time. Actually, no. If I see any kind of moisture on the seat, because I know even if you wipe
slip.
it, it's still there. No, I'm
Sterile.
that's when I'm definitely standing every single time.
Really?
Or if the seat's broken, you stand on the bowl itself, and you just get your butt as
It
low
must
as
also like
possible.
open up your hips a lot too. It's kind of nice.
Feels incredible. I
Yeah.
get back, I'm like,
I would
moving better.
never risk the
gets
risk
everything
of
out.
slipping would be
Yeah.
terrifying.
Hey
No?
man, it's better than microbes getting through your outer layer of skin.
But what about that beautiful toilet seat cover that you have here? You get that? No, I've never seen anyone use it. I've never spoken about it, but there'll often be
I
a
know what you're
box
talking about.
of toilet seat
Like the
covers.
stuff they grab pretzels with. They
Yeah.
have, yeah. They
Oh,
have
the,
like
the
that.
film? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You never used the film?
I've used the film, but it
used
never
it?
tears off the right way.
I've
I've
always
never
used it,
used
but I've always been concerned because there's the center in the middle that you punch out and drop in the water, so that when it flushes, it pulls the whole thing.
Oh,
Nice.
That I feel like never disconnects properly, and I feel like it's gonna hold the poop into my butt, and so it's a very uncomfortable. And then my legs feel crowded because the paper's bunching up. It's not a solution.
I don't feel. I have zero. Like even if I'll walk into a seat covered with piss, and I'll just wipe it off, and then I'll sit down.
Yeah, that's my
'Cause
move.
it's like
I don't know. In my brain, I'm like, ammonia. It's like it's all.
sterile.
Yeah,
well,
sterile
it's just
is
like it's just pee. So, they used to clean the wounds in the Revolutionary War with pee. I learned that at Revolutionary War camp when I was 12. I tell it to people all the time.
So you have a musket shot in the back of your leg. It
They
might
would
actually
pee
get
on you.
treated a little
They
bit
would
by
pee.
shitting at the Buc-ee's.
Dude, the Buc-ee's, those bathrooms, I think they got in trouble a couple years ago because like the son of the owner or whatever like had like cameras filming people.
What?
But also it's like, you know,
Baby
if that's
Bucky?
the price you got to pay for those clean,
Yeah, it's
nice
like, yeah,
bathrooms,
come on,
like
man.
really, what do we?
For the premium shitting
Yeah, I'm
experience.
cool with that, you know.
Small price.
Just him see my small dong, you know,
Why was he putting cams in the bathroom?
just to be a little freak, I guess.
What?
Yeah, he was just
I had a couple stories about people. I mean, BB King used to do it. Am I getting that right? Was it BB King used to videotape ladies or Chubby Checker? One of them was videotaping ladies. in the
Really?
toilet.
Did you ever?
Bibi Nenya.
Did you ever get in one of those conversations with somebody where you're like talking about like conditions of urinals, and you're like, dude, we used to pee in a tub, kind of things.
In a tub.
Remember that? Do you remember like the tub urinals where you go? and-
The trough.
The trough, yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
the big, or the wall.
I think I was
my
talking to someone from
favorite.
Europe, and they're like, "You guys, it's like we like really pack in the urinals." I was like, "Dude, we used to all pee in a fucking bathtub."
Dude, troughs were. I remember.
It's weird. It's one of those things I'm like fond of, but it's like, why would I?
My
be
elementary school
since I
had the
was a
trough
child.
early on when I
Did
was a
they?
small child, and we were always trying to see who could piss the furthest, like from the side. It was pretty sick,
It is a weird thing now that I look at it. It's like
with like ice in it and shit.
there's something cool about is all peeing at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be gay. I don't know, but it's kind of something I'm like, it's tight.
There's definitely something weird about going to one as a child, and it's just you, and it's like I think they didn't have them at the vet, did they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they might have them at the vet.
That's where I
I remember
remember
being
them.
at a sporting event, so it was me as a child and a bunch of like drunk retards all dick out next to each other. Not ideal circumstances.
No, not at all.
Your parents not alarmed at all. It was dead.
No,
There's
he
like a-
I
said
don't know if
that-
I like those.
he's like, go pee right now.
I look at college. There's a college bar at LSU that has like the trough, and I distinctly remember some dude like pissing out and falling in it, just like covered in vomit in the piss trough.
Legend.
That would be tight to go to one of those and everyone's peeing. You like unzip and then you just lay down in it. Just an absolute pig. You're just like, what the fuck?
You know this cleans wounds, right?
Bunch of old men like, they knocked that
off.
Oh fuck yeah, pee on me. Hey.
Let's go full Diddy in the trough.
If they cut it off, they'll have like a diabetic attack. They're like, I can't stop. Oh fuck yeah. That'd be so lame to do that.
Tell your roommate to break up with his girlfriend.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Oh man. There's another guy. Actually, this is one. I forgot all about these questions. Good call. There's a this guy, Josh, is saying, is fapping then finishing in your hand weird? I've had multiple friends tell me it is. My friends and I have gotten into deep discussions about where and how we finish fapping. One of my friends says he stands over his garbage can when he does. Another said into a sock, while another said over the toilet. Yeah, he said over the toilet. Must have went into it. What's considered normal fapping finishing procedures? That's a good question. Into your hand, for the record, is fucking nuts.
I've been at the game.
crazy.
I've been at the game for a while, but into the toilet's been something I've done, or
Yeah.
or the horizontal, just
Spray
go
and
full
pray.
horizontal,
Splash zone on the belly.
just like, oh fuck.
Something reckless about just sending it straight up into the air.
Dude, especially if you're lows maxing, you're just like, you played a dangerous game.
Yeah, there's something very fucked up about it. Yeah,
put
into the
towel
hand,
down.
trash can is kind of the weirdest place. Unless
Yeah,
it's a
dude.
small room trash can.
I mean,
but-
you'd have to take the trash out every single time afterwards. That's like,
yeah, just
Was
having like
Weinstein
a
doing
cum
it in
tune.
a pot plant? Who was doing it in a pot plant?
Huh?
Was that a Louis thing? No, it was Weinstein. Weinstein.
What was he doing?
in a potted plant.
In a pot plant. He was doing it in a room with people and then coming in a pot plant.
That's kind of funny. Like, just come in a potted plant in the corner.
He would just stand up and I mean, coming in the plants, if you're thinking about it as
Give its
like
nutrients,
a
you know?
kid, like sneakily checking beats, the plants would be like the.
Zucchinis start to grow and they start to look like you. With your
Yeah,
little
true.
face.
No, what's the problem with in your hand? Is it
that? Also,
No, I'm not saying for me. I'm not saying for me.
What's
saying,
the problem?
I'm saying is it because even when you wash it off, it's like definitely not all gone. Like
Well, where
no
do you
matter
put
how
it?
thoroughly you scrub your hand, you still have cum hand.
My thing is anything you like. Once you have the cum in your hand, whatever you put the cum into, you're an unnecessary middleman.
Or is he talking? Is he
Like,
talking
you can
like
just
shitting
come
in
into
it,
that
or is he
thing.
talking like- or is it like just like he's no? I'm not
I think he's coming into his hand. It's not.
That's into it is weird, but it's just
Yeah.
like it dribbling the dribble
That's
down.
nobody's
is-
fault.
yeah, are we
That's
talking
nobody's
backhand or
fault.
palm? Because those are two different things.
I think into it. It sounded like he was cupping it in the palm of his hand. That's what I imagined. I imagined a huge load in the palm of the stranger's hand.
like a petting zoo.
It's just like, what have I done?
Yeah, that's the craziest one to me. Trash can second. Toilet's just efficient. That's just good
Yeah.
stuff right there.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I
sock.
hate the toilet.
So why you hate the toilet? It looks so cool underwater.
Did it for years, man.
Did you really?
Yeah, I hated
So
it.
did I.
I hated it every time.
Really?
Yeah,
Because then you also have to go around and make sure.
I was always afraid one sperm would survive being flushed and get a family member pregnant.
I heard about that fear.
I was always just worried there was going to be some telltale sign
That you did it.
I'd wake up in the morning and then just be cornered like, did you fucking come in the toilet? Like, what? What? Hold on. Why do you say that? Let me see.
There's just a glob on on the bottom of the toilet seat.
There's literally crystals coming off the seat. Yeah, I would hate to be busted for coming in the toilet. But
Dude,
you hated it. You hated the toilet.
I resented it every single time.
Dang.
I used to be when I was a lad.
said there's
used
gotta
to-
be
the
a better
napkin.
way.
Not napkin, but the tissue. I was a tissue guy as a wee lad.
Yeah, I
That
never
was
did the
like a solid
tissues.
move.
I mean, obviously, yeah, if they're there, I get them. But it's too.
Have you ever done?
I don't trust tissues with a load. Put it
Have you
that
ever
way.
done paper towels around the edge of your wiener directly into the paper towels?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I've done. Yeah, I think I've definitely done the sock. I'm pretty sure I've done paper towels. I want to see how my wife feels about this. I'm gonna get, if I ever do start masturbating again, I would get I would just be like, do you mind if I get like a huge pack of condoms and just do condom beats?
Have
Are you sure you want to? Are you sure you want to touch,
Condom
touch
beat?
the
Yeah.
plastics though?
Yeah. I gotta say, not what I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
Yeah.
I would get stoked. What'd you say?
What about the microplastics in the Dom bag?
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, dude.
I'll have to go with
All the
lambskin.
PUFAs or whatever.
Lambskin.
Yeah, true.
Probably go lambskin in my fucking my hoe bag.
Yeah,
So Egan, if you were to have, so you're totally celibate.
yeah.
But does it count if you're actually having sex and you pull out to finish? Does that final couple seconds count?
What do you like? This
The
the
fapping.
Well, does it count as a FAP or does that count as a?
Do you think it counts as a FAP?
Oh, if I pull out of it, if I like
Pull
if I
out.
cream pie.
Most definitely. That's literally the sin of
it's
Onan.
it's like it's very masturbatory.
What if you? What if you
I just
do it?
used
exactly what Onan
I just
did.
used a woman to jerk off basically.
Oh, so you can't. You
Nate
can't
has
pull
something
out.
to say.
What
But
if?
I just wouldn't be in the situation in the first place.
What if you just pull out, no stroke, and just no hands, just go?
Does that count as a FAP?
I don't think that counts. I
Or
wouldn't
squeeze
count
your
as
thighs together and go between the thighs to finish.
The intercural.
I don't know. I
what
haven't
the
thought about that because if I
Spartans
think about that shit too much, I will be like, I gotta jerk off. I'm trying to erase the thoughts from my brain.
that. Yeah, I have not been fapping, but I the other day I dawned on me. I was like, oh, I am pulling out, but you know, let's just make sure I do it properly.
Yeah, does it count? Does the streak still go on? You mean?
I'll maintain that's a streak.
Because
I'm not
that's a soft streak. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm soft mode.
I'm
for sure.
calling that is not a streak.
Really, that
Yeah.
counts.
If you pull an
Coitus
out,
interruptus.
yes, it's all malused seed.
Yeah, if you're not using it for its purpose, then that's.
Now, what if you get a
yeah.
vasectomy?
Well, you're a broken man, and you should get that repaired. I believe in your ability to put that back together.
I'm good.
I think you're just getting started.
No, I've.
Any differences at
I've
all?
used
Have you
mine.
noticed any differences once you got the vasectomy?
I've been on the lookout. No,
Really?
startlingly not different.
Whoa. So where are your sperm cells going?
That's none of my business.
So you're load maxing even like with the vasectomy?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get as much juice as
Oh,
possible.
sick.
Is that
That's
where your
pretty
load
tight.
maxing thing came from?
No, it's just a separate curiosity.
Oh, sure.
Probably lined up with around the time where I was like, there's definitely less volume in there because there's another substance that's not being. The epoxy is half finished. Yeah, I never actually. By the way, you're supposed to verify that your vasectomy has taken, and you have to go to I guess a sperm bank. Or
You never
whatever,
have.
and they're supposed to analyze it to make sure it's completely devoid of any.
They gotta give you a big ass cup to be like, yeah, we gotta verify. Here's a solo cup.
get a big
Load
gulp.
maxing for that
I've
would
been
be
load
sick.
max. Just a mog on the cryo bank or whatever.
But I never did it. I never went.
Oh, so you don't know? Well, I'm sure you.
So
have
I
an
was
idea.
I just played the most dangerous game of finding out if any pregnancies happened.
and they didn't.
Did not so far. No good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice having just having it on the edge of it, being like, yeah, maybe we'll see. I don't fucking know.
I thought it was a really weird situation because I thought that they would like make me an appointment and I would just show up somewhere and jack off and they would put it in the machine or whatever.
You were ready.
No, they gave me a place to call myself
Give
and
you
say that I
materials, right?
need to. My urologist told me to come and provide a sample to be analyzed for sperm count, and the place did not take phone calls. It went straight to a voicemail box.
Show up.
So no, I had to call a place and give my name and phone number and address and say I need to come provide a sample, and they never called me back. So I'm thinking I called like a wrong number and just left this information on someone else's. I'm sure that's just how the system works, and they forgot to call me back. But I completely put the entire thought out of my head, and I never even revisited it.
Oh no! How'd they eventually get back to you finally?
They never did.
How'd you do it?
Oh, this was after the vasectomy.
Oh, because you never did the sample.
Right.
So you never came in. Wait, so you had your one chance to go beat off professionally.
I know. I was kind of looking forward to it, but the path to get there was a little off-putting for me, so I just bailed.
It's still. I, feel
should
like
go back and
That's
do
an
it.
open invite.
I should go back. Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. That's
God
a
bless
bless you. You have that's an. You got the card in your pocket at any point.
Go see what the. I mean,
Yeah, babe, I'm going back.
you think it's better or worse? Do you think it's an elevated experience or is it completely diminished?
That's a good question. It's like got to be like having sex with a girl you see in the window. You know what I mean? You know, where you're like, this is be. You know, you think
No,
it'd be so
until it's
cool.
more-
but
Are
then-
my
what I mean?
preconceived notions going to be confirmed,
Yes.
or am I going to be massively disappointed and kind of
Exactly.
like off put for a while and
Yeah,
uncomfortable with myself?
I don't know. You might. I mean, loving it would be kind
Gotta
of
be weird
problem.
going through the DVD sleeve.
Yeah, what do they give
Oh,
you?
at the yeah. I wonder if they give you like just good old like physical smut, just in like magazines. It'd be kind of
Surely
nice.
they've stopped that now.
No, they give you. They must give you smut. My thing is like, are you able to be like, that's it?
I'm gonna be normal.
I need some free
I'm
shit.
checking
What
in
the hell
at
is
desk.
this?
I'm signing my name, and the time I got here, I'm normal right now. For 5 minutes, I'm gonna be a different guy.
They definitely don't give you porn. Everyone has a phone now. That'd be crazy. But here's some
So
porn.
here's the
I
Wi-Fi
never have
code.
cell
Do
phone
you
service in
think-
doctors' offices. No, they definitely still give you something. Maybe they even give you like a little streaming thing. Who knows?
Bringing a Bluetooth speaker and just blasting it would be so nice.
I got a 13-inch iPad under my.
Well, dude, now
arm
that
walking in.
I've sworn off fapping for life, if I have to provide a sample for whatever reason, I'm going to request that I be stimulated via my prostate. Then you're going to have to stimulate me now. You're going to have to milk me. There's no way I'm
You
jerking
mix
off.
those tests together. The doctor comes in with the glove. And
Yeah, I'll just be like, guys, it's against my religion. I'm not fapping. You're going to have to milk me.
I like that. I like that a lot. I remember I went to a doctor when I was like doing my first NoFap, and I was like 100 days in, and my balls were really hurting. But like, I was like so convinced NoFap was like a good thing for me that I was like I couldn't put the two things together. And he was I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, my nuts hurt, whatever. And he's like, are you sexually active? I was like, no. And then he's like, have you been handling it yourself? And I was like, as a matter of fact, I have been retained for like 100 days. And then he's like, why do you just not like it? I was like, no, I like it. He's like, oh, but you hate the idea of it. I was like, yeah, I guess it just kind of. He's just trying to be like, do you like? Does it just you just don't like?
But you
being in charge?
hate coming?
Yeah, but no, I really like it. I'm just trying to stop doing it.
blessed with a nocturnal emission.
I haven't had one in a while, but usually every 5 weeks, like clockwork, I'll
You can
wake
tell
up.
it coming.
yeah, I'll get really antsy and restless for like a couple days, and then
You're nocturnally
the
emitted.
Lord will help me out.
There's nothing I don't think spiritually wrong unless you're cultivating the nocturnal. I don't think that breaks a no-fap stretch as a nocturnal
Cultivating
emission.
a nocturnal, that might be the darkest magic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes
If
I
you
get
like- if
worried.
you go to
dude,
sleep,
that's,
be like,
that's the shit the Bible was warning
I'm
about.
getting
by the
special
way.
silk pillows,
Oh,
and I'm going to fall
Sometimes
asleep
I get
with my
worried,
dick
though, like,
and a bucket of
That's,
pussy.
no, that's a Saigoon. That's a Saigoon, dude.
A Saigoon?
Yeah, it's a Saigoon.
Ash Lagoon.
Yeah, setting up your sheets in a certain way and sleeping on your belly and praying for the best. That's crazy.
I don't know. Sometimes like when
I got a flashlight mattress top.
We haven't all thought about this? We haven't all thought about doing this?
Oh, I have for sure. For sure. I've literally like, I might have talked. I may have spoken audibly before sleep, being like, please. Not asking for a lot. Please.
Take this
say a prayer
poison
before you go to
away
sleep,
from me.
please. Let this be the night.
I feel like I've only ever had maybe 1 or 2 wet dreams in my life.
Dude, I mean, it's weird. My first one was at like 27 years old.
Really?
Yeah. But after a while, so I started getting them, and then like I started
Have you
getting
ever
them a lot.
prayed for relief?
No, but I'm like, I think about it pretty hard.
He's listening.
But after a while though, I was getting them pretty frequently. I was like, am I like just like sleep jerking off? Like, am I just like, unconsciously? Like, am I actually having wet dreams, or am I just like unconsciously like,
Just sleepwalking, like, oh.
so don't wake him up. Don't wake him up.
You're sleepwalking with an Oculus on, just like, oh, fuck. I mean, you kind of you must worry about gooning when your kids get older. How do you even possibly goon?
What do you mean?
If you have older kids, you can't goon really.
Yeah, it really trails off.
You gotta stop.
I'm not even doing NoFap, and I can't remember the last time I had the occasion.
I know. You gotta stop though. It's like if you get busted by your kids.
Yeah, it's like you can't come back.
Oh
from
my
that.
God!
I don't
Imagine.
know a single person who's been busted, but like it had to have happened.
Yeah.
You probably don't talk about it.
I guarantee you don't talk. That's we're both taking. That's probably
Like
what
obviously, just for work, any of us would have to tell
Yeah.
it to everyone that would listen.
Yeah, for sure.
But most people that you're talking to, it would just be buried instantly.
I mean, there was that in that documentary, Pervert Park. A guy was like fapping in the other room, and like his niece and her friend walked in. He became a registered sex offender. Again, who knows how accidental that was? Because he got
Sounds like
registered.
They might have
Cover
known their
story.
schedules and
First of
timed
all,
that
you
out
don't
just
fap.
right.
You don't fap when there's anyone outside of your immediate family, even in the domicile.
Yeah, I try not to.
You keep that within the blood.
Yeah, that's true. If you have like house guests, you cannot fap because your chances of getting caught are.
What do you think
can't
about
jack
the other
off
way
on-
around?
if they're
Like
like-
house guests fapping and like that's like a mandatory. You have to no fap if you're staying at someone's like house,
I would
right?
love to say that I've followed
Yes.
the code, but I have violated my Bushido before on that matter. But yeah, I agree.
Nobody's perfect.
I don't think nobody's perfect. I don't think you should jerk off in people's houses as a guest.
Yeah.
However,
not perfect.
it's a very
We're all
exotic beat.
falling,
It's a very exotic beat to be in a foreign house.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was the worst offender of this. For sure. I was so bad about this. I like
Not
couldn't
even
be
sleepovers, just like day visits.
chilling, just like playing basketball. I'd bust in and be like, sick. I'm gonna beat off this guy's house. We did it, Gardini. You look like you're not enjoying this at all. Nah, you've had a fucking sourpuss the entire time. It's okay. Just you seem like you're pissed. At all? Nate, does he seem pissed? You've been having a wild mug, bro. In a cool way. You look like a rough and tumble guy. Like you're ready for like a bar fight. Did you okay, maybe I'm in my head. I did drink a weed seltzer. I might just be bugging out.
A giant raccoon has taken over my front porch, apparently.
Really?
When I get home, I have to fend off a giant raccoon that will not leave my
Is there
front
another
porch.
raccoon in your neighborhood that can chase him away?
I've never seen a raccoon before.
Really?
No, never.
Get ready.
They
Well,
scary.
guys, we've had Sean looks like he wants us to go, so no, we're done. We are done.
We're getting to wrap it up from the director.
Yeah, we're getting to wrap it up. We're done. I'm done. We're good. We did a good job.
I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah. Come on,
You've done so well.
You don't eat no pupusa. Look at this. You think he eat pupusa?
I think he told us about papusa. I didn't even know what it was. So let me tell you guys about papusa. Well, guys, thank you so much. We're gonna wrap it up. We're getting fucking the dirtiest look from Sean. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for hanging out.
Pray for the troops. Pray
Yep.
for peace.
Absolutely.